tuning in. A good day from wherever you're watching us from. Welcome. Today I'm still hosting your favorite. Is it political? Is it activist? You are an activist, human rights activist.
Yes,
Oh, how are you doing, sir?
I'm fine. I'm fine. We are struggling on. Chris Madiongo, a rights defender, and I'm also now into entrepreneurship. We are doing some business and stuff like that. Yes, yes.
Thank you. You're good. You look smart in a tie today.
Thank you, thank you. We are fighting, and so when you're fighting some in the world of business and entrepreneurship, you need to put on some ties. But when you are fighting in the streets for the rights of the Kenyan people, you have to put on boots and you put on boots and the khaki so that you fight properly.
Thank you. People have told me to ask you this one question. Umeomoka siku hizi.
Unajua ulikuwa kwa Ruto, ulikuwa kwa Raila. Unajua kitambo tulikuwa kwa Raila, ulikuwa unavaa magwanda ya vita. Unavaa magwanda ya vita because you don't know when you will be called upon to fight.
You can be attacked anytime.
Yeah, not really. You can attack also.
Oh, you can attack
anytime because we used to be called at that time. We used to be RATs, Raila Advanced Teams. You whenever there is trouble, you go there. You take demonstrations and so on. But we used to go there as political activists. So you also have to defend these political rights. So when we shifted to Ruto, when Ruto's political rights were being violated, they said he cannot lead. They gave him so many bad names and so on. So they said, no. This thing is not backed by fact because all these people have their own issues. So we also shifted this side. But now the funny thing is when you shift this side, you have to put on ties. Ruto is a man of ties and suits and so on. So Magwanda ya vita not so much. Yes.
What do you say of him? He has changed his dressing code. Let you see him mostly in Kaunda.
These Kaunda suits are historical. Many people put them on, including Comrade Nyerere. Nyerere was known to put these things on, and all those who followed him, Mwinyi, Mkapa, Kikwete, and even Comrade Magufuli at times used to put on that. Kaunda himself, because he's the one who popularized Kenneth Kaunda of Zambia. He's the one who popularized it. He used to put it on. Many people in West Africa put them on, including President Jonathan, former President Jonathan, used to put on those suits. They are decent. They are smart. They're like who you're looking. You need to not so much so official sometimes because you have to shift between the people and technical work. So you need something in between. Because if you're so much in the suit, going to meet with Mama Mboga and talking to him and so on, you get a bit restrained. But if you are in a little bit official, but also at the same time, so much nuance towards the people, it's a good blend. Yes.
Now, there's something that I'd like to know. How do you balance? Because most of the time, human rights activists tend to wanagongana to oppose what the government of the day does. Majority of it, it's about fighting for the people. So, how do you balance now that you are so fully into supporting President Ruto?
First is where did we begin it? It's when they attacked him and said that Ruto cannot become president. We got interested in him to know why is it that they want to stop him from becoming president. Then we realized that sometimes they were fighting him because he was too clever. They fought him because of jealous, and there was nothing really backed by fact that is against the Kenyan people that made them hate him. So we began following him up. And then two, even from the government side, we still oppose some of the things that are happening in government. We still oppose them. We have opposed very many of these things. We had a minister from my place who said that he ordered an OCS that the OCS should be sacked immediately by issuing such. We said no, it's not possible. You cannot sack an OCS. It's not within your ministry because you are in the Ministry of Health And you're saying you cannot enter into the Ministry of Interior, just like the Ministry of Interior cannot order certain Ministry of Health officials to be fired, transferred, and stuff like that. So I think we still oppose very many things, but for the most part, we support President William Samoei Ruto because many of the things that are being talked of are actually out of sheer imagination, the evils that are being attached to Ruto. So that is why we have to stick to him. And if there is nothing to oppose, you support what is good. That is why we are on the other side of William Ruto. Yes.
Now the question of the day, just like you, we've now seen a majority of the leaders are quitting, Raila's side. Even once from his own Nyanza, we've seen people like the Uriri member of parliament and so many others who have now shifted and are now supporting President Ruto's agenda. Do you think, what is your opinion on take on that first?
What I can tell you is that we might end up with one party rule in Kenya, not by decree, but by default. By default, you are not going to force anyone to become one party. It's not going to be de jure within the law, one party rule. No. People are going to begin shifting one after the other until we have one party. And by the way, we won't be surprised that in the next general election, UDA will dominate. It will be like one party state. Because Kenyans have begun asking very hard questions. Asking very hard questions. What has all this noise been for? Because people have not been pointing at the real issues of development. It has been personal issues, personal ambitions, and so on and so forth. So when people begin getting the services they want, they also begin asking, why should we keep remaining in the opposition when we can still get services from government and move along with it? And that's I think the reason why.
But don't you think if such a thing happens, then it's a threat to democracy?
No, democracy does not mean necessarily having many parties. Democracy means the people having a say and whatever they want is being implemented. And I think if you can have such a president, I think you don't have much problem. You don't need to have... In Germany, they had a lady called Angela Merkel. She was so good. In fact, by the time she was leaving, her opinion ratings, popularity was very, very high. They needed no much opposition in that country because she was giving them the services they needed. We do not need an opposition per se or having many parties. Because if we can also check ourselves from within government, then we don't need an opposition. And democracy is all about people having a say. And whatever they are talking about is implemented. And I think it's a good thing. It's a good thing that we can have a country that is running without necessarily having very many political parties that are not serving the Kenyans here.
Maybe in relation to that, what do you think? Is Raila losing it?
Raila has 9 lives of a cat. I can tell you that for free. Raila, in all fairness, Raila knows how to reinvent himself, to revive himself, and so on. What is only happening is that he has failed to know how to make the next move because he's a member of ODM, and the person at State House is a founder member of ODM, William Ruto. So he fails to know how to handle this whole thing. But Raila works well under temperatures, high temperatures, and so on. He's a very thermocentric politician. He likes a lot of heat. And when there is a lot of heat, that is when he swims well. Right now, there's no heat. So you feel is. But I can tell you this for free that in UDA we are not asleep. We know that around 2025, Raila will reinvent himself very heavily. I know that. Personally, I've followed his political career very closely.
Just
1995, that's what he did. He came 1997 very powerfully. Towards 2005, he came out with so Machungwa and Dizzy and so on. 2007, he showed very. 2015, the same. By 2017, he won the presidency against Uhuru. And You saw. So in 2025, expect anything there.
Just from where you sit, do you see a Raila presidency in this country?
A Raila presidency cannot be ruled out. Just like a Ruto presidency, I told people a Ruto presidency cannot be ruled out. The only problem with Raila is that what rules it out, what reduces his chances, is his outbursts. When you start attacking people like the United States, telling them you're not their colony and so on, Kenyans need to be told the truth that in politics, you cannot do without foreign forces supporting you. Our economies are still very poor. So there is no way you can do without that. And so insulting the Americans and so on is not right.
How about the factor of age? Is it not also?
No, Raila never grows old. Have you ever seen that man?
What do you mean he never grows old?
That guy never grows old. He has remained the same Raila we saw in 2013, 2015. He never grows old.
So by that you mean that we still expect him to be on the ballot in 2027?
Oh yes, he will be on the ballot. Without Raila, who else can be on the ballot?
Oh, come on. And there's also one thing that I want to ask, because people feel that, Kalonzo has really played a hand in supporting Raila, that it's high time for Raila to now.
I respect Kalonzo. Kalonzo is a lawyer, a man I respect so much, a learned man. But these games don't need learned people. These games.
Ruto is a professor.
He has a
PhD.
He has a PhD. No, he's a professor. Ruto. But let me tell you this: these things don't need. Kalonzo is so much. He's a diplomat. He's a diplomat. He's a lawyer by profession, but a career diplomat. These things don't need diplomats. These things are very heated.
It's too soft for them.
Oh yeah. Oh yes.
Mm-hmm. So Kalonzo, what do you think? Don't you think that Raila should just give him a hand, whether he loses or wins, because he has been so loyal to Raila?
These things are not being given. Obama once told Kenyans, "You are not given these things. You take." So, and Kalonzo cannot take. Although we have seen he's vibrant. He's vibrant. He has been very vibrant of that. In their demonstrations, although they turned so violent and death occurred, but I saw he brought in some very good energy. But it cannot match that of Raila, because if Raila is not on the battlefield, there's no war. But when Raila said, "Now you go on with the demonstrations, I'm not there," did you see the demonstrations? They were not there. They fizzled out.
Yeah. So
that is why I'm telling you that Raila is he'll be on the ballot in 2027, and we are waiting for him. He's a very heavy force. We don't in politics. The worst mistake you can ever do is to ignore Raila. Do it at your own peril. You told us that the president is in campaign mode for 2027. Mapema ndio best with Raila.
It's because of the fear of Raila.
Not
Raila was
not fear him really, but you have to be cautious with Raila. Anyone has to be cautious with Raila. People have been cautious with him since the Moi days. He's not a guy he's a heavy force. He's not a women rep, he's not a county commissioner, he's not a president, he's not a deputy president, he's not a chief, but he tells you a holiday incubation when it becomes. Is this man? It's not easy. He's not an easy man.
Picture this. Raila has given a hand to Kalonzo now. Kalonzo is the flag bearer of that particular coalition they form. He comes to face President Ruto. Do you see it that strong and vibrant?
It won't be very strong and vibrant. In fact, the most of Nyanza that was in ODM with Ruto will shift towards UDA. Take that to the bank and cash out. Yes, if they are already moving and they're still with Raila, let me tell you, if you will give them any other, the people of Nyanza like very vibrant people, Kalonzo is so much of a Democrat. He's so much of a diplomat, for that matter. He's too soft. He plays the politics of, I don't know whom I can mention so that people can understand properly. He's very soft.
So are you in that matter trying to say that, if not Raila,
it must be Raila.
It must be Raila. If not Raila.
If not Raila, it must be Raila.
then who's next? Because Raila is not God. One day, who from your own point of view do you think that Raila can leave this thing and be, as vibrant?
People are always born. People are always born.
At the moment?
At the moment, Winnie.
Oh no, but Winnie has not been actively involved in.
Oh, Winnie is a sleeping giant, my friend. Oh, Winnie is a sleeping giant. She will wake up. You will shake.
Winnie is going to lead the masses like we've seen Raila doing it.
Oh, she only does not want to. She does not only want to outshine the father. That Winnie Odinga is a very big threat.
Probably.
He needs to work hard. He's a good guy. I have no problems with him.
But people have started saying, on social media that Babu is the next TP.
My friend, Luo Nyanza, it never goes that way. You are never announced to who is going to be the next. They are our neighbors. Ni majirani, ni mashemeji. Raila, it was never mentioned anywhere that Raila is going to be the next kingpin. He only came and began turning tables. And everywhere people talking about Dinga. It never comes that way. So he has work to do. Pio and I has work to do. Our former chairman, when we were in ODM, then from Rusinga Island, was a member from Rusinga, Honorable Mbadi.
John Mbadi.
Yes. There are people in Nyanza. Really.
But talking of, age is also a factor. When you're bringing people like Opio and I, you cannot compare him to Babu Wino. And Babu Wino also has this, I don't know how he connects the youth and the aged.
Have youth ever put someone in power?
We've been seeing them in Kamkunji rallies, youth shouting.
Which youth put people in power? Have you ever seen people putting youth people putting anyone in power? They don't. In fact, if you come with the tag of youth, that you can appeal to the youth, these mama bogas will simply rubbish you and put whoever they want. So I've told you that they have a lot of homework to do. All of them have a lot of homework to do. And I don't have any misgivings about any of them. They're just good people, but they have a lot to fit into the shoes of Raila Amolo Odinga. No one ever wants to try those shoes. No one.
Is it because of the kind of being jailed for?
No, not jailed. Leave alone even being jailed. That man is just a strange man. He's a strange man. He's a man whom you think his story is finished, and then he comes up and people don't even remember so much about the being show of being jailed. It's those who funny. People see the man himself. He's a man who comes into a space and he sucks all your oxygen, and he's not an easy guy to handle. He's a very heavy force, and all of us are eyeing 2027 to see how to defeat him again in UDA. He's our biggest. If you bring us any other candidate, that one we don't even need Ruto to go and campaign. We shall tell him to go to Sugoi and start drinking Smurfik and wait to be sworn in. We shall bring him here.
If Raila is not in the picture.
If Raila is not in the picture, we don't need to campaign. Where should you campaign? You can't.
So, in the absence of Raila, no one else can take
it. It will be Raila. Without Raila, forget about it. I can tell you that for free. There will be no politician who will bring that euphoria, that energy, that razzmatazz that Raila brings into.
Why is it that people see Babu Wino as the next?
Fine. They might be having their own issues they look at, but the truth is that the person who even makes Babu rise, it's Raila. I can tell you that for free. If Raila pulls out from any of those people, it's the end. Let anyone try to face him. Tell any of those people you had mentioned, those kingpins you had, to face Raila Amolo Odinga. I'm telling you, man, I followed so much. I followed Raila so much. I've followed his trajectory very well. I've known that man we are dealing with. If you see the president has reduced his international engagements, is now coming back to the people. Ahead of, he wants a total sweep in 2027. Without that, you get lost a bit out there. Raila is the guy who can give you surprises. And there is a way he plays with the number 7, 1997, 2007, 2017. So 2027, we can't take chances. For free. Yes.
All right. Now, just as we wind up,
Yes.
we've talked. You've said Raila is irreplaceable at the moment.
He is irreplaceable. He is.
Now, maybe I just want to know. Seems like the question is passing me by, but I think I'll remember it in a few, and then I'll ask you probably for some other time. But as we wind up, what do you think? Oh no, that question is not coming through.
Yes.
I wanted to ask. No, I think I'll ask just some other time.
Yes. It's
And,
okay. It's okay.
Trying to figure it out.
It's okay.
My director is also telling me that time is not on our side.
Yes, it's okay.
So I think we can edit at that, but what do you think? Just a tough debate there with NRM himself.
Okay.
Man of politics, he's been through this game for a very long time and he understands. Actually, was one of Raila's favorite. Raila was his favorite.
Yes, sure. Yes.
Thank you so much. So maybe you can just talk to our people as you wind up.
Thank you very much. Viewers, you can always subscribe to the channel, share, make your comments. We are still looking at how the political dynamics are going to be. And Serikali iko imara under William Samoei Ruto. We are waiting for our opponents to organize themselves. And we know their weight. That is why we must always mention about their weight so that we prepare ourselves. Failure to plan is planning to fail.